Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Local Lowdown podcast. We are located in South Central Texas. On this podcast, we do a weekly review of all the newspapers in Lavaca County, Texas, and also the Luling Newsboy and Signal located in Luling, Texas. After the reviews, we will have a conversation about different subjects all over the Lone Star State. Some of these things can get quite comical. Thanks for listening. And now, here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you for this 12th and 13th of August 2026 edition of the Local Lowdown. And I got my partners back from her big trip, Michelle. How are you, Michelle?
I'm great.
All right, and we have a guest with us today. It's Little Chucky Groff, or I like to call him Chuckums. And he's here to talk about sports. And I don't know if he's going to talk about just Hallettsville or if he's going to talk about some more. But anyway, we'll turn it over to Chuck and go ahead, Chucky.
Okay, Hallettsville football. They have a three-way battle for the quarterback spot. And Ty Sklar. Yeah, the Bramers are coming off a losing season. But the good news is they are in a new district this year going south. And for the past 6 years, they had to schedule 6 non-district games. I mean, they played San Antonio Central Catholic, you name it, Cypress Christian. They even played Jim Ned up at Mary Hardin Baylor. But anyway, this year they are not playing Shiner first. They're opening with Schulenburg. They are picked like third in the district. But like I said, they have a lot of questions at quarterback yet. I don't know when a starting quarterback will be.
That'll be up to the coach, won't it, Chucky?
Yeah, correct. That's not my pick, but he lost Michael Pagoda, who was a super running back last year. But however, Coach Montgomery is relying on that sophomore class. It is a huge bunch of talent in there, and I think in the next realignment, they will go to 3A Division II because that freshman and sophomore class is very small. But anyway, they got Schulenburg in the opener. They're not playing Shiner. I don't know why. Schulenburg is right down the road also. And they got to find some linemen. They lost a lot of good linemen, and they lost some good defenders. But as far as Sacred Heart, they're green as spring grass. They only have 4 seniors, but 11 juniors. So they are the team of the future as far as that goes. Coach Rodney Dow's in his second year at Sacred Heart, and he's a character. He brings a lot of enthusiasm to the team, and he got him some good assistant coaches who, coached prior in public school. So we got Joe Bill, who's he coached with Louise Dowell, was the offensive coordinator in Hallettsville from 2004 to 2006. Then he went on and became the head coach at Bowling, and he also was the head coach at Van Vleck. So they got it going there, but it's like, the old adage, the jury is still out.
All right. Well, have you got something on the girls volleyball that you want to talk about?
Oh, yeah. Hallettsville High School, they returned 2 girls. Christine Felshman is 6'2". Janice Hankey is 5'10". So they got a good nucleus in the middle. They lost their setter, however, but they expect sophomore Heidi Grauman to step in and take that job. But they have 4 starters back. Have a Pornsand girl and the libero, Caitlin Halata. Sacred Heart, they lost an outstanding player in Ryland Dworsky, who is going to play college softball. But they also have some height. Lane Bezetsny is back in the middle, and there's some other great kids. I mean, they're going to rely on them. There's actually going to be 1 freshman starting, I think. Anyway, now Yoakum, like you would say, a piece of work. They allegedly have one offensive starter back. Our quarterback went there last year. He started 2 games. They X'd him. He moved to Yoakum.
All right.
So, and you can't tell me they have one offensive starter back and 4 on defense. That's it. They have an all-state linebacker back, Jason Garcia. But anyway, no, they seem to get some move-ins.
Yeah, something always seems to prop up for them. And
Yeah.
state champions, we got to give them that. That's for sure. Coming out of our county.
Yeah, it was they had an unbelievable run. I mean, Lord have mercy, they got in the playoffs, and Xavier Barnett, who is now at SMU, they moved him, he was a wide receiver, split end, moved him to running back and replaced the quarterback, and there they went. He was the MVP of the championship game.
Yeah, I think they were kind of a dark horse. I don't think anybody expected them to go as far and win state.
Yeah, they beat Columbus. That was a big victory for them after Columbus had beaten them before. You don't want to play anybody twice.
Yep. And, it seems like every game they just got a little better.
Oh, yeah.
A little better.
Yeah.
I watched them on, I don't know what that channel, I don't know if it's coming out of the high school or what it was. But I watched a couple of their games, and they looked real impressive.
Hallettsville volleyball, they got put in Region 3 with Schulenburg, who has been to the state semifinals the last 3 years. They also have their leading hitters back. East Bernard, I saw them in a scrimmage. Lord have mercy, they are awfully good. All the rest of them in Columbus is in there also. I don't know. They made the playoffs last year for the first time since 2021. And, of course, they got beaten by a district. But anyway, it's going to be pretty tough for the Lady Brave.
We appreciate you being here. Thank you, Chucky.
Sure.
All right. Thanks, Chuck Groff, for coming and being on our podcast. We're going to start off with the Hallettsville Tribune-Herald, the flagship of our papers. And what you got, Michelle?
Well, top story, I guess, is that the UIL mandates a heat stress monitor, so it can't go over a certain temperature. I'm not real sure what that is, but I'm sure the article says. And if it does, they're not allowed to practice. So early morning and late evening practices are ideal right now in the Texas heat.
Yep, we had a kid that passed away at Lake Travis because of the heat, so condolences to his family.
2 missing children were found safe. So you could read that article by Clayton Kelly. Burn ban is in effect, so that's super important. Make sure that you are not burning what you're not supposed to be, because we don't want any extra fires. And Callie Cresta was named the district marshal for Hallettsville High. She was the former softball coach.
And we got to write up about the Shiner Junior League.
We do.
That's probably, is that in all the papers?
A small version is in all the papers, and then a larger version is in Shiner.
All right. So we're going to move on now and check out the various columns. Chuck's got one, right?
Chuck's got, yes, his column, and then he has 50 years ago. And I don't know, does he have a new question? What is the former name of Iran? I don't know the answer. Jimmy didn't have a column this week, but he did write about Lions Club news, so you can read about that. First Baptist is celebrating 175 years. And you can see their change in pictures of their new church. Schindler was named the head softball coach for the Lady Brahmas. Chuck has some pictures of practices that started last week for all the area schools. Classifieds are always important. Check it out. We do have one obituary, Marvin Henry Hooser. Condolences to Mr. Hooser's family. We have a column by Murray on the back page. It's the Continental Army, America's first line of defense. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I've written a lot of stories about our military, and I was just thinking about our army that actually gave us freedom from the British, and that was the Continental Army. And I didn't write about combat, I didn't write about battles, I didn't write about blood and guts. What I wrote about was the things that these men had to go through to fight, and it's amazing how they were outnumbered, and the British Army was the biggest, most powerful army in the world at that time. And these Continental soldiers, more of them died from disease than combat. For every one that died in combat, 9 died from disease. And there wasn't but 35,000 of them to cover the whole 13 colonies. So anyway, if you're interested in history, you might be interested in that. But we need to stop and think about the people, our forefathers, that actually created this country. And that's all I got for now.
And Dela Cruz is new kind of to the area, so she will be here on August the 20th to talk about her goals if she is, I guess, elected. Is that what we're working on here? I'm not even sure.
I have to read it. I haven't read it yet.
But she'll be at Los Cabos, so read what that is about. But if you don't know her very well, this is a great way to get to know her.
You bet. We're moving on to the Tribune-Herald Times.
There was school safety is definitely a big part of the Yoakum paper, and so you can see that they did active shooter drills. They talk about the importance of school zones. Again, talks about the burn ban in effect. The fire department awards have made the front page, so congratulations to those individuals. Child welfare board budget was looked at and approved at the DeWitt County Commissioners meeting.
Got a lot of pictures on the front page.
A lot of pictures. 3 obituaries: Herbert Gertis, Ann Richter, and Carl Cox. Condolences to their families.
Yes, condolences indeed to those families.
The Softball World Series made this paper as well, so read about that journey if you haven't already. Thanks to our advertisers for back to school.
Oh, okay.
And some new teachers are announced on that page.
Has everybody started school already, or?
No, Sacred Heart doesn't start till next Tuesday.
Okay.
I know that for sure. And Shiner started yesterday, and the Catholic school started today in Shiner, but I don't know about and Moulton started today.
All right, speaking of Moulton, we're going to go over now to the Moulton Eagle, and several of these articles that we're going to be mentioning appear in the other papers as well. So I put the cheerleaders at the top of the page.
Because he loves cheerleaders.
Yes, I do. And they do a great job. They won quite a few awards at the, what do you call that, cheerleader camp.
Yeah.
And we also have Michelle's article of the Shiner girls and everything that they did. And then Clayton Kelly with 2 E's has a story about the state mandating Bible curriculum starting in 2030. So I'm sure that'll be some controversy throughout the state.
Yeah.
But I'm glad.
It's the plan for now.
Yeah, I'm glad they're doing it. And then we mentioned Jimmy wrote about the Praha picnic that'll be coming up Saturday.
Are you going? It's the 171st.
I might. I don't know.
That's a big one.
We have my column on page 2 in the UIL mandates. That's the same thing that Michelle talked about in the Hallettsville paper.
And we have one obituary: Anton George Mahalitz. Condolences to Mr. Mahalitz's family.
You bet.
New employees at Moulton Independent School District and Shiner Heritage Quilters are still meeting and doing their thing.
All right.
Thanks to Yoakum Community Hospital, they're going to have an open house. And they were advertisers in all our papers for that.
And we appreciate all our advertisers for sure. We're going to go on over now to the Shiner Gazette. What you got?
On Monday, after Meet the Comanches, the girls that returned from the World Series in Washington had a welcome home parade. And so that picture makes the front page with a few stats from their historic run. They finished with an overall 29-4 record. And from tournament play, which started June 12th and finished August the 7th, they played 21 games in 57 days across 5 tournaments and 3 states, many counties, 12 Texas counties to be exact. So lots of traveling, lots of great softball, and a great run for those girls.
What about the new chief?
So Police Chief Denson is retiring, and Chris Kalina will be taking his place. So read about that. Clayton Kelly with 2 E's covers that. And we also have, again, the Burn Ban, the Praha Picnic, and school safety for driving
All right.
in school zones, which is very important, especially in Shiner because one of the roads are closed right now to get to the school. So pay attention to what's going on. We have 3 obituaries: Barbara Ann Volish, Antone Mahalitz, and Carl Allen Cox. Again, condolences to their families.
That's several good-sized ads.
Yes, which we're always thankful for. Let's see what the new banks are offering. I have a longer version of, I would call it more of a column, about how the World Series went, feelings on different parts on it, and I hope people enjoy reading that, and I hope the girls, it's something they could keep and remember for a long time. Mark Luby also covers each game by game on the Next Play page and talks about Drew Winsky, who went on to play at SFA, and how he is doing. And that's Stephen F. Austin, if you don't know. The schedules are in the paper for different things, and so congrats to them on what they've done for these two, and good luck on the schedules that lie ahead. Everybody's already started their play except football, but I think they have scrimmages all set for this upcoming week. And I don't have as much information as Chuck does, but I do know that Shiner made it to the state tournament or state game last year, and they lost a lot of seniors. I don't know, actually they didn't have that many seniors, but they return a lot of seniors.
Yeah.
But with Chuck talking, I did want to mention that our sports previews will come out, and that's a great copy to get to see what is all in store for the fall sports.
When does that come out?
The 26th, 27th.
Okay.
So 2 weeks.
And don't forget our classifieds, folks. We have them in all the papers, and you might just find something you didn't know you needed.
Yes, and a couple estate sales, so those are fun to go to, where you definitely could find something you didn't know you needed. And if you're looking to register for religious education at the Catholic school or the Catholic church in Shiner, the deadline is August the 31st.
All right, we're moving on over to our good friend Nicole Smith's paper, the Luling Newsboy and Signal. And I'll tell you this, Nicole brought us a watermelon, and it was absolutely delicious.
I haven't had it yet.
Well, there's half of it in the refrigerator.
Okay.
Maybe you can have it today.
Maybe I can.
Yeah, because I was kind enough to bring
That
it.
was very kind of you.
I thought it was, because we wanted to eat all of it.
Well, y'all should have probably. Did
Anyway,
Cordelia like it too?
Oh, yeah.
She thought it
What
was
you
good.
got?
So, big news is that in the Public Works Department, there was a theft investigation which led to 5 public work employees being fired. Zedler Mill, which had some vandalism a few months ago, is restored. The county secures $3.8 million in courthouse improvement grant, and this was at Palmetto State Park. Now, I will say, when I was in Washington, I went to Mount Rainier, which is Mount Rainier State Park, I think, and Palmetto is like not even a third of Mount Rainier, but it's still we're very lucky to have a state park so close. We're very lucky that they take such good care of it. And now, and like this little lady who is in a wheelchair is able to enjoy it because they offer some possibilities for people who are to have disabilities to enjoy canoeing and different adaptable.
That's a very unique place if you've never been there. They have hot springs. They have, basically it's surrounded by palmetto bushes or whatever you call them.
Yeah.
And it's a neat place to go. And when I lived in Gonzales, I went there quite often. And it's just, it's good for like to spend the day. You don't have to camp out or anything like that, but you can pay so much just for a day or whatever. But I encourage all of you to go take a look at it because it's pretty close by for pretty much everybody in this area. So that's all I got on that.
The community commentary this week is about the 26-27 school year. So read about that. I do want to point out that the dates in the McNeil Cemetery ice cream supper and cake auction are correct, but the days are wrong. So it's actually Thursday, August 13th and Saturday, August 15th. So note that correction. In sports, they had an alumni game that Nicole talks about. The band is working hard and practicing and taking ownership over their upcoming season. And then youth sports, this volleyball girl shows her hard work and determination all over her face. What a great picture by Nicole to show emotion about that. You can find the police reports. And then Luling Celebrates New Neighbors is on the back page, as well as some jumps and continuations from some stories on the front. And that's it.
Alrighty, well that wraps up the papers, and
Did I do amazing?
oh yeah, you were just awesome. Of course, I'll probably have to do a lot of editing this time around.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Well, I understand.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're going to move on now to what I call the BS session, and
Let's do it.
before we get started, I want to mention our good friend Henry Joe Yashek.
My
And
Henry.
He's been he retired, and he's very well thought of, and we miss him quite a bit. So Henry, this is a shout out to you, and I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that you'll come visit us from time to time. Now we're going to talk about Michelle's trip, and hope it don't take more than an hour. And tell us about it from the very beginning on these girls' road to fame.
Okay, well, the beginning starts with, I'll say 12 girls, because 12 girls did sign up for to play junior softball for Little League. And their junior softball starts a little bit later because of their age. So they're basically 12 to 14-year-olds is who's playing. And when the season started, there was a lot of hard times finding other teams to play and schedules because all of these girls are so involved in other sports. About half or midway through the season, one of the girls could not get her schedule to work, so she did drop the league. So then we were down to these fabulous 11 girls who stuck together, and towards the end of the season we were asked if we would be willing to play All-Stars, which we knew would be like continue through the summer. Most of these girls love the sport, and they decided, yeah, why not? As many reps as you can get is always very helpful to grow in the sport. So they all decided to do it. Many of them already had vacations planned and different things. So again, it was fighting schedules. Some games we only had 9. Our first tournament was in Poth, and so we traveled there, I think, 3 times and played different teams, and we came out there with all wins. And our first banner, which was what they were set as their goal, was to bring home 1 banner. So that was their first. Then we went to Palacios and played more games. We came out undefeated there and got our second banner. Then for the state tournament, moved to Rosenberg. We played some more really great teams, and they collected their 3rd banner. And then suddenly, I think reality then started to set in that this was really a journey. And we were far into the summer, and we had 3 days to figure out how to get from Rosenberg to that tournament to New Mexico. And so lots of planning went into it, a lot of community support that we were very appreciative of, and a lot of hard work, especially because we had 4 girls that were headed to cheer camp. So they played Monday night, left for San Marcos for cheer camp on Tuesday, and then we picked them up, because one of them was my daughter, on Thursday. Friday, and headed to New Mexico. So we drove, most of the parents drove, I think a couple flew, The 13 hours there, that was very difficult. I don't think I want to drive that far for a very, very, very long time. But luckily, we all had safe travels there and back, and that is super important to our journey, that we did not experience any problems. We went to New Mexico. We won all of those games and became the Southwest champions, which means we were going to represent the Southwest on the world stage. And so then we had a week this time in between to prepare to go to Washington, which we say a week, but it was a little less because the girls left on Thursday. And so we did some fundraising. We did everything we could to get the girls ready. They left on Thursday morning at 4 a.m. and they flew there. They became 11 girls that learned to be very independent and work together and live together and do all the things together for 11 days. So it started with getting new uniforms. They got new bats, new cleats, new pants, new socks, and they met teams from all around the world. There was a team from Europe and Asia, or from Asia Pacific, Europe and Africa, Canada, Latin America, which was Puerto Rico, and Canada was Quebec. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
And Europe and Europe and Africa was Czechia, so Czechoslovakia, the Bohemians. Much were like us, I guess. And then Asia Pacific were from something. But
Bulgaria.
now let's see if Mark had it in his paper. Give me just a second. No, he doesn't have it. But it was something with a B. So, for most of them did not. Latin America spoke Spanish mainly. Canada spoke French. Asia Pacific spoke their native language. So it was, they had translators and different things. The girls from the Asia Pacific team made rice almost every day. They actually made a Mediterranean meal for the girls. So the girls got to spend a lot of time. There was also a team. The central team was from Michigan, which my daughter became really good friends with a lot of those girls, and she's still talking to them. And then there was a team from California, which was the West team, a Southeast team, which was from South Carolina, and then there was a team from Pennsylvania. So all over the world, top 10 teams went to play. The wins did not show up on the board for us right away. It actually didn't show up till the last day we were there. The girls never gave up, though. They always fought hard in each game. I don't make excuses, so I don't even like saying this because it comes off somewhat like an excuse. But a couple of times the ESPN announcers would say that girls were multi-sport athletes, not talking about our girls, and they were talking about maybe they played one other sport, maybe did one other activity. Our girls do multiple sports all at the same time. And it does make a difference. Some of the places go to softball academies, so they go strictly to play softball. They play softball all year. They learn about softball during the day. They've been a team together. We were probably also the only team, I'm pretty sure, that had never been to the World Series, never had girls. Most of the teams there had 2 or more girls that had played the year before. And experience does sometimes matter. I think if we ever would get the opportunity to go back, would change some things as well. It'd be hard to say we'd practice more or do anything like that because these girls are so busy. So it wasn't really about that. But mental preparation, I think just being on that stage was a little overwhelming. And knowing it now, I think that the preparation, mentally, would be different.
Well, they don't have the advantage of these other teams of having softball camps or college or whatever they call it. And they don't have, and I've said this in several podcasts earlier, those girls don't have anything to hang their heads about. Just getting there is amazing for a little place like Shiner, Texas. Produce those kind of athletes, which We've talked about that before and how proud we are of the kids in this county and what they do and what they accomplish. So they have something to hang on to for a lifetime. They'll never forget that. That memory will be so special to them and to the city. So we all are in awe, I know I was, about how they carried themselves and all the wins they've got and the teams they played. It's just amazing. And kudos to all of them.
It is. And also that a lot of the other teams got, like, they would ask us, oh, well, how do y'all do tryouts? How do y'all do this? Well, we didn't try out. This is 11 girls that just signed up to play, and they worked hard.
Hope that 2 people don't get hurt.
That's right.
Yeah.
The whole way through. But they did. They got to experience a new place. The weather was amazing, even though towards the end we were under a heat advisory at 85 degrees.
Oh, my God.
Which to me, in the shade, it felt amazing. I heard the Washington coach mention, I don't even know how these pitchers will pitch 7 innings in this heat. And I was thinking,
come to Texas.
Yeah, we'll show you how you pitch.
It was like 106.
So our girls had no trouble with the weather or climate. They pretty much were enjoying it. Maybe sometimes were cold. They got to paddleboard and experience the surrounding areas, see different sites. I think all of the girls, not together but separately, when we were able to take them, went down to the Seattle market and went to downtown Seattle. They got to go to a Mariners game, which is a beautiful facility, and enjoy a baseball game. So a lot of experiences, a lot of memories made. And then all of them that are going to be freshmen, which is 8 out of the 11, flew back in on Sunday, and Monday at 1 o'clock we're at volleyball practice. So, and the other 3 started volleyball practice this Wednesday after school started. So they all play volleyball, and even after the Washington game, a lot of the Washington girls were going into volleyball too. So they put a volleyball on the field and started passing the volleyball.
All right.
Because you go straight from one thing to the next. But what a great summer. Summer full of memories, and I promise you that these girls you see on this picture, this is not the last you'll see of them together doing big things. So.
Well, all right, we enjoy your coverage of that.
Thank you.
Event, and
you read every word I wrote, right, Marty?
Well, I will. Okay. But anyway, we appreciate you bringing that to us. Now, do we have in the county any upcoming events that you can think of that we might ought to mention here? That we've got any more picnics? We got Praha.
Praha's this Saturday.
I think we had an ad for another one.
Cistern.
Yeah,
right? That one's going to be coming up.
Yeah.
I know that it's probably not an event, but in this area it is. Everybody's first football game will be in 2 weeks, and so that's always something to look forward to and an exciting time to start their journeys, and look to support those athletes. They work really hard, especially the football players right now in this heat. That's not fun. No. But we're excited to see where their journeys go this year.
Well, we're all looking forward to football, that's for sure.
Your wife too, huh, Murray?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
No, she don't care for it much, but I do. And I like high school and college. I'm not big on pro football, but I do watch and support the Houston Texans. And my college team is the Texas Longhorns, and my high school team, of course, is Hallettsville. We look forward to it. It's something that you never know when they start where they're going to wind up.
That's right.
Just like Yoakum. Nobody would ever thought that they'd wind up being state champions, but they are. And who knows, maybe they'll go that high again. You know, it's like a lot of these schools, and Yoakum's one of them, that they seem to reload somehow and come up with these good football teams, and we give them credit for that.
Yeah, I heard someone say in one of the comments about these girls that went to the World Series is, I sure wish I was the high school softball coach to where they're going to. Because it is a good feeling to see what's coming up. But that's all over this county. And sometimes the wins in these state titles look easier because we have an abundance of them in our area, but they're still not easy.
We're proud of all of them, and it's something that we like to talk about them and the things that they do and the achievements that they make. So we definitely, Lavaca County, we support our kids, and I know all the other counties do too. But anyway, this podcast is coming from Hallettsville and our county, so we look forward to this year in football and volleyball and what comes after that, basketball.
Cross country's in there.
Yeah.
And band. You love the band, Murray. How could you forget about the band?
No, you're right about that. I got 2 daughters that was in the band in Gonzales, and we did well, that band. That Gonzales band did well. One of my daughters was head drum major one year. I can't remember the year exactly, but they went all the way to the finals in Austin, and my wife was right there with them. So anyway, we support them all. Have you got anything else?
We need to talk about that roundabout.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, there was tons of roundabouts in Washington, like everywhere. I felt like I was constantly going in circles, but I'm very worried about us down here and being able to do them. But before we hit that roundabout, which Jimmy said is kind of at the end of the year, they're going to change it next week on the 18th, which is Tuesday maybe, to what seems like it's going to be like a 4-way stop. So please be careful when you're coming up. Don't pay attention to what it's changed to, because you don't want to just drive on through.
I know that Clayton Kelly with 2 E's is looking forward to that 4-way stop.
He's very worried. And I don't know if this is the last change before we actually hit the roundabout, because this is about our 3rd now. And the only part that's scary is that you get everyone that drives it, like I drive it twice a day, sometimes more. And so you get very accustomed to how it is. And then suddenly it's different. If you're not paying attention, that could be problematic. So pay attention, everyone.
Yep. All right. I can't think of anything else that we need to talk about.
I guess not. I'm pretty hungry.
Well, there's plenty of watermelon in there.
Okay.
All right, folks. Well, we appreciate you listening. We hope you'll share this podcast with other people.
Because it's amazing.
Yeah, well, yeah. At least there's one amazing person on it.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you later. So goodbye from Murray.
Goodbye. Have a great weekend.
Goodbye, everybody.